Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. What it do? What it do? What it do? Yeah, you already know. It's just our opinion podcast. Your boy Chaos Theory on this Saturday evening, broadcasting live and direct in the great state of Texas once again. Ty, Texas, that is. Uh, I started a little bit late tonight. You know what I'm saying? And that's because I've been rolling on the river like Ike and Tina. What a coincidence. That's what this show is about tonight. It's called the Ike Turner Show. All right. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday night. I know a lot of y'all probably gonna be viewing, and a lot of y'all not. But I said to myself I wasn't gonna do it because I came in late, trying to get down the road and you know what I'm saying, make it do what it do out here. Because had to shut down for, if y'all know how truck drivers do, we have to shut down for a little while. Put my headphones in. We had to shut down for a little while when we get so many consecutive hours a day. It's like a regular job. You gotta have some rest time, and that's what happened. I got to shut down until Monday. But in the meantime, ooh, I need some feedback, man. What's going on here? Oh, my headphone. I think that's it. Hold on. But like I said, much love and respect to you guys. Tonight. Hopefully, my brother Dark Prince come in tonight. I know he probably be wondering if I'm gonna start up or not. If not, then I'll probably just do a part 2 of the Ike Turner Show. But yeah, tonight it's gonna be a very Timmy topic about the life of the brother Ike Turner. I tell you what, I'm gonna take these headphones out. They're giving me a little feedback right now. Maybe probably because I got the fuck it, I'll worry about it. But anyway, yeah, tonight we're gonna, what I'm saying, give a much love and respect and a dedication to Mr. Ike Turner. I know y'all heard bad stories about the brother, over the years, especially when you see the movie, What Love Got to Do with It, and you get off top, straight off top, you just think this man is the worst man on the planet. You know what I'm saying? He's like the boogeyman, basically, according to the industry. But in the reality, he was a loving father, grandfather, what I'm saying, uncle, cousin or whatever. All of the above. But through it all, I had to, basically make up in my mind about doing this show. You know what I'm saying? Because, me and Dark Prince was talking about like last week, and I was telling him some things that he didn't really know. That most likely a lot of us didn't know outside of Hollywood was that this man's life was more important than anything ever, as far as music wise, because he paid away for Tina Turner. Before she became Tina Turner, she was Anna Mae Bullock, true enough, but he gave her a name, Tina Turner, because it sounded more of a sexy, sexual type, beautiful black woman name, you know what I'm saying, that basically stood out. And one thing about Ike, he was from not Gulf, I was in Gulfport, Mississippi, Clarksdale, Mississippi. He was a Mississippian. He was a Delton. True enough. He was born. Uh, I'm trying to. I need to pull up my notes. Hold on, just a second. I can tell you. But I am just like I said. I'm just getting started. I running like hell trying to get where I am. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He was born in Clarksdale, Mississippi, November 5th, 1931. November 5th. That's the year my mama. That's the month my mama passed in 1995, and he died December 12th in 2007 in San Marcos, California. Um, the brother meant well because he was a blues singer. You know what I'm saying? As far as I can see, the things that I read, that he had did a song called Rocket 88, and that became a real big. It was a real big hit back in the 50s, but he didn't get no credibility for that song. He didn't get paid, and I was basically knowledgeable about the industry before the industry was even thought of, as far as people of color was concerned, because he knew that he was a very, good artist, and what I'm saying, and performer or whatever the case may be, but he got fucked over. Just getting his feet wet in the industry, he was getting messed over. Even when he was doing a little chilling circuit situation. I basically say all of it is the same thing. You know what I'm saying? The industry, chilling circuit, all that shit runs together. But you have a better chance with the chitlin circuit than you do with the industry. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause at least you can get paid on the table. You ain't got to sell your soul and all that little goofy ass shit. But the brother basically was a damn good musician from what I've read and what I've seen. And what I'm saying, he moved, because like I said, as a little boy, when he was, I think something about when he was in Clarksdale as a child, I think he said he was raped by a woman, I think, if I'm mistaken. And he seen his father get killed by some Caucasian racist men back in the days in Mississippi. So Ike had been through a whole lot in his life, as a child. So I know he pretty much probably was traumatized. His life, started, on the bad side, But later on through his life, he moved up to St. Louis from out of Mississippi, and when he moved to Mississippi, when he moved to St. Louis, East, I think, yeah, was it East? Yeah, St. Louis. He basically started a band, and it was like, I guess it was called the Ike Turner Review or something like that, and they would play in clubs and nightclubs and places like that and stuff. That's when he met Miss Tina Turner. Now, when he met Miss Tina Turner, he met her, that one part of the movie where she was, given the microphone, what I'm saying. Oh, hello, Miss Lisa Pam. Welcome, welcome. See, we started late. I'm starting late. Yeah, Dark Prince ain't gonna. I don't think he's gonna be in tonight. Because I started late, so ain't no telling. Dark Prince probably be in slumber deal. But then again, he might pop up out of nowhere because it is kind of late. But I know we are supposed to start it at 7:30 as always. But I was still a little ways away from where I needed to be, so here I am. Yada yada yada. But I know probably, what I'm saying. I'm thinking about doing a part two of this story. But anyway, we move around. Like I said, in the movie, that was true that she met Ike and Tina met each other in this club or whatever the case may be, and he heard her voice, and she was a damn good singer, and he felt like she was good enough to become part of the Ikeettes in Ike and Tina review. I mean, Ike Turner review or whatever the case may be. It became later on Ike and Tina review. I can Tina Turner review or whatever. But let's see. I'm trying to think where I want to go because I don't want to go too far into the story. But anyway, as he met as I met Tina, I didn't drink shit. I know this is so fucking hot in here. I can't even think. I got so much going on in my head right now. I'm tripping. I had to pull up my juice. Y'all should get some of this here. I ain't finna promote it because they ain't giving me no money, but it's called Naked, Bucket Naked. And this is some good shit too. Real good. Ain't no alcohol. It's kind of a smoothie. Pina colada. But anyway, now I can think I can get it together. Like I've been smoking weed. But anyway, like I said, they met each other and Ike took her up under his wings because he felt like he seen a whole lot in Tina as far as her singing voice is concerned. And she became a big situation that basically gravitated the group to being more popular than ever, to the point where she sung a lot of the songs and things like that. She did, one of the first songs I think she did was "A Fool in Love," and then it went on down to when she started getting the mainstream, "Proud Mary" and all that shit. But what I'm trying to get to is tonight is that you know I want to kind of clear Brother Ike's name, because I want to basically take a little bit of a different turn from how I see him. Because, like I said, I know I skipped all over myself, but Brother Dark Prince wanted me to do this podcast on Ike Turner because he felt like that Ike Turner name needed to be cleared from being this evil person. And I totally agree. One thing I can tell you about the black man, because I'm a black man myself, um, we have always been labeled as public enemy number one. We have always been labeled as evildoers of the world, and it's not because it's not so much, well, it is so much that we are jealous, they're jealous of us, because of our complexion, because of how strong, godly, and real ordinance of the planet that we are, that a lot of times they try to get a bigger understanding of us, but they really don't understand. And that's what makes them hate us the most. So, in order for them, I'm going to say it like this here: we are the real origins of this planet, as y'all might know and might not know, as well as a black woman. We're the most powerful people on this planet, the smartest people on this planet. We basically created everything on this planet. We basically are the gods and goddess, the kings and queens, the prince and princess of this land, of this earth. But one thing about it is, through slavery, we have been destroyed in so many different ways to points where we really don't really know who we are. We don't know where we come from. We don't know our origins. We don't know our we don't know our heritage. We don't know who our, some native kin is. Shout out to my brother Judah. He spoke about the native origins, excuse me, of Mississippi, and I always wanted to know why Mississippi had a bunch of counties that were in Native Indian, Native American names, like Choctaw County, Yallabusha, Tallahatchie, um, what I'm saying? Just different names like that. DeSoto, on and on. And I found out that there were Native Americans that lived in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of this stuff I didn't even learn when I was in school. You know what I'm saying? I just completely thought hell it was just black and white in Mississippi. But I found that it's more to meets the eye in Mississippi. And you know what I'm saying? We ain't all Africans and all that old shit as they say we are. A lot of us have a lot of Native American blood in us. Well, like I say, through slavery, we lost sight of a lot of our history because of the jealous pool of white supremacy in this country. And one thing for certain that they have they have basically became the victor on turning us into people that we never were in the first place. You got to understand that most black men were raped, murdered, hung, and everything else that was ungodly like. And to see that happen to black men, it's a hurting feeling because the black woman is left to defend for herself and her child. And a lot of times she basically is viewing her significant other being hung in a tree or being, you know, assassinated, and as well as her child, and the child's watching too. So it's like the child basically is traumatized as well as the woman is traumatized. Throughout life, that became what I consider a generational curse. And to move along further about brother Ike Turner, this brother basically seen his father get murdered. You know what I'm saying? He basically was, you know, done wrong as a child. And he got older to a point where he got fully grown and started to learn more about how things are. And he basically built himself up surrounding with music. That basically kept him grieving through his pain and suffering throughout his life. And a lot of times that's be the concepts of black men in America. We do what we have to do to basically grieve through our pain by music, comedy, sports, dancing, anything that brings a distraction substance to society. Because a lot of times that be our superpowers to keep us going on a daily life basis. And Ike found his pool, and that was music. And like I say, moving right along as far as Ike Turner and Tina disagreement scenario. We've heard stories where Ike beat up Tina, and Tina supposed to beat up Ike or whatever the case may be. But what we didn't really hear was the greatness of Ike's creativity on music, because he was a blues man as well as a rock and roll man. Even though rock and roll wasn't nothing but a high tempo, sped up process that is blues. Rock and roll is blues. It's just the tempo is faster. Because if you play a average rock and roll song by anybody, it don't even matter who it is, black or white. If you slow the tempo down, it sounds just like blues. But when you speed the tempo up, it's rock and roll. It's the same thing. But anyway, like I said, we heard stories how Ike supposedly jumped on Tina. Matter of fact, I know they probably gonna too much get me on copyright, but I'm gonna show you a little clip, and it's just a little clip of Ike supposedly got mad with Tina on the movie. What's Love Got to Do with It? I'm gonna show you the clip. Come off of TikTok, somebody's TikTok page that I stole. I'm thinking this is it right here.
Come on, take a break. Take a break? What you talking about, take a break? I ain't got no time to take a break. I got to work, man. I got to write these songs. Sue Records, motherfuckers been after me about these songs for 6 months. You know how much money I owe Sue Records?
What you mean, old Sue Records? Much as we were? They always giving you stacks of cash whenever we do a show, and I know I don't spend it.
Oh, no? But what about what all them wigs and wardrobe and whatnot you got in the back there, huh? What about the way you got this place set down, huh? All this furniture, that fish tank, the sofas, that fountain and shit. That shit costs money, Anime. I got to pay the girls and I got to pay the band. And on top of that, I'm trying to build us a studio.
You know you want the studio.
And I'd have it by now. You would sing the songs the way I tell you to sing them, Anime. God damn.
That's what I've been trying to do, right? I mean, but they all sound like the same, you know?
What? I ain't hear you. What you say? I ain't hear
you. Well, that was New Line's Time Warner's movie. What's Love Got to Do with It? And true enough, if you really just watch that movie, there's a lot of parts in that movie that was not true, that was basically reported that wasn't true. But they try to claim that he dragged her by the head and he punched her in the face and all that other stuff. But Ike said out his own mouth that he never did Tina like that. And the funniest thing about it, Tina said she never said that he did that. She said, yeah, true enough, they got into it. They had disagreements. He fought her and she fought him. So by her saying that, it's like somebody basically scripted this movie to be more of a insight of violence because violence sells. That's just like, for example, if you basically make a pie and you add all your beautiful ingredients in that pie and you sell that pie to Walmart. Hold on, my brother Dark Prince in the house.
Yeah.
You made it, bro. I'm sorry I started late, man, but
good.
I had to hurry up and find somewhere to get somewhere and sit down. You know what I'm saying? I was running, man. I ain't gonna lie. I had this motherfucking truck in the wind. And then shout out to my brother, DJ Ross. I was up there running my mouth. He's like, bro, hurry up, go get on that podcast. I'll get on there and talk shit. So shout out to him. He out there in Iowa working and shit. But so I said, man, I'm gonna hurry up and get my ass on the motherfucking time Texas. But that's where I'm at for the night. I will be here until Monday. But bro, I know you're ready to go ahead and give your insight on, brother. I just played one little clip. The clip where he supposedly was getting ready to jump on Tina Biden and show the fighting part.
Yeah.
But I was telling the people, you know what I'm saying, that you wanted to basically touch bases about, the situation with Ike. You know what I'm saying? Because, when I was telling you the stuff that I was telling you that other week, you was pretty emotional about it because it really hit you hard to know that people basically was trying to make the brother look like he was a fucking, like he was basically like he was the boogeyman.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and get your get your shine on what you want, what made you tell the people how you felt that day when I was telling you about Brother Ike. And I'm gonna rebuttal back in what I was trying to say on other parts about him. But go ahead.
He hit me because, but the wind back on how it led up and the emotional part.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell me about your pop, your mom, how they moved out there to California. And during this time frame, you know what I'm saying, black people, those that were trying to accomplish things, trying to have things, you know what I'm saying, and acquire these things, they didn't mind sharing with their brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, when they came up.
Right.
So to understand that these people, Ike and Tina, as they would call them, from the stage,
Mm-hmm.
they not too far from, you know what I'm saying, to the point where your parents over visit to the house, and this guy was out, you know what I'm saying, talking with the kids about, you know, education, and make sure they stayed on the right path. Then you got Hollywood coming to the woman and telling her, and you have to understand, I guess this is definitely doing, you know what I'm saying, the women's liberation over the time, 50, 60.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying, you don't need that, you know what I'm saying, it's a new age, and the women, you know what I'm saying, you can have your own destiny, you know what I'm saying, take time. But in that, when you're a broken person, you don't really know what's good, and because somebody's offering you something that you never had before, you never take time to understand, okay, what's the ramification behind it? And most of the time, when we all get our hands on money, it doesn't change us. It only enhances the person that we already are.
Mm-hmm.
So when the Jewish people
Mm-mm.
approach, you know what I'm saying, you know, with the movie people, now from what I was told on the research trip part of, she gave them her meat potatoes of it, but they told her it wasn't juicy enough for cinematic purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So her getting jumped on and punched up and looking like she got the pumpkin head, that was partly exaggerated. But then I thought about it deeply also. I thought about it from the white supremacist system that Jewish people have in place to keep us subjugated. Now they've already divided out. And I come to understand because I started thinking about it. Each time they had one of our brothers on the screen, he was either gay or he was dysfunctional in the mind. And so after watching what Love got to do back in the day, I sympathized just like everybody else that watched the movie. Ike Turner was a bad man. He was no good. He deserved everything bad to happen. That's what I felt at that time. The same thing I felt when they pulled the 9/11 hype. Got emotional. I think our government knows how to pull our heartstrings, people, and they use the music, entertainment, and the news to make sure that it happens. So
what? Don't say that. Don't say that. Uh-oh.
We have to, you know what I'm saying, look at both sides of the coin, because from a music standpoint, Ike Turner got did just like the rest. There, Sammy Davis Jr., other great black entertainers during this time frame, they were sucked up for their time and didn't leave this planet, you know what I'm saying, with a lot. Some didn't have nothing at all. But it's the same sad story with everybody that ran through Hollywood. I would get used and abused and then thrown outside like that. Because the thing about it is this guy had a lot of hits and people stole those hits and he never got the credit for it. Yep. He never got the credit for trying to be an outstanding black man that was always talking to the youth, which most folks don't do, about trying to make sure they stay on the straight man.
No, they don't know
His
about
family
that.
members said he's never been crazy. It was jumping on people. And so my whole thing is like, well, who really was jumping on who? But from what I've heard, from a personal standpoint that knew her, is that she was always the aggressor. Not to say that she was knives and baseball bats on the man, but as we know from scripture, the tongue kills plenty.
Yep. That's the hurting part about this whole situation about, you know, the way you was feeling, because like I say, that wasn't nothing but the spiritual concepts of that universal God tapping in on you, basically telling you, letting you feel the pain of Ike Turner spiritually, because it tripped me out, because I'm like, man, this has never been seen before. I mean, like I said, I didn't even feel that emotional like you did, because the reason why I couldn't feel that emotional is because I had already got the information from my dad, God rest his dead, 20 some years ago. And my dad told me, he said, you know, he said straight like this, he's like, he was laughing because when they got to that part on that movie where Ike was jumping on Tina and all that shit, my dad started laughing. He was like, man, get the fuck out of here. He was like, that didn't happen. He said, because Ike and Tina wasn't that type of people. He said these were people back in them days that basically shared their home with people they didn't even know. Because see, people wasn't going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs trying to rob celebrities, because you got to think about it. This was around the time where the civil rights movement was kicking off. Everybody, they was trying to get rights for black people to go in certain places in that time. So everybody had to basically hold each other down, even to the point where entertainers held each other down. Like when Muhammad Ali basically was being prompt to go over to Vietnam and fight, and he said, "I'm not going over there because ain't no Vietnamese ever called me nigga." And no white folks felt like this nigga here is uppity. But at the same time, they're like, you gonna take your black ass over there, or we gonna lock your ass up. But at the same time, you had other entertainers who was like, you know, we got your back, you know, brother Ali, you know what I'm saying? And that basically showed that these Caucasians that you fucking up, y'all fucking up y'all money, because if all these guys are acting on the same level, helping this one brother out, we don't stand a chance, you know. So that's why they started to basically break away from the draft and all that old shit, because of Muhammad Ali's theory of saying, hey,
yep,
I lose every damn thing to keep from trying to go over here and fight for you motherfuckers. I'd rather fight you in the street than go over there fucking with them, because y'all the ones don't give a fuck about me. They ain't did nothing to me. Y'all the ones doing something.
Now let me just piggyback on that. Two things. I want y'all to think about people. Out of all the boxes that y'all know about, all the boxes, every last one that you even think about, how come none of them other boxes came up with Parkinson's?
Right.
I can tell you why. Because there's not a symptom of Parkinson's. But the thing about it was, he had a voice, and it was a powerful voice. Now, we do something about Parkinson's disease, that it affects the mind and causes dementia. And it also slows down the vocal. Now, my thing, we watched this happen, you know what I'm saying? While he was saying, used to be, I am the greatest in the world, rumble, young man, rumble. So now, you know what I'm saying? He's barely saying 2 or 3 words, and barely stringing sentences along. But everybody want to say he was punch drunk. I like, no. The only clear shot that he ever got in the face was Ken Norton, who broke his jaw. The only boxer ever to do that. Not even George Foreman did. Not even Smoking Joe Frazier. And speaking of Smoking Joe, going back to the unity, most folks thought that Muhammad Ali and Smoking Joe were mortal enemies. But they did not know. Just like the politicians play the game to hype up everybody. Behind the scenes, best friends. Even loaned each other money and gave each other title shots because one was doing and the other needed that money. This is what our people do when you need. Don't matter what position, you can do something about it. If you better help your brother. So Ali said because he didn't want to fight a war that didn't belong to him at all, and do. He also said that they're gonna do one thing that man can do. That's what they did. Because he didn't want to play ball.
Peace, brother. Judah, welcome,
Peace.
bro. Welcome. Glad you're here. Yeah. But go ahead, bro.
Oh. But yeah, so my thing was seeing that these brothers had the unity going on. Nowadays, I can expect us, you know what I'm saying, to be nowhere near that part. Because the thing about it, they've been working at it for decades to keep the unity, you know what I'm saying, dividing us further and further apart. They want to continue to push that. And so when we get caught up into the attack, when we get caught up, you know what I'm saying, when they come up with, like, let's just say, for instance, I hate to harp on it, but when they bring up R. Kelly, how come our people are divided? When they brought up Bill Cosby, how come our people are divided? But when they said something about, you know what I'm saying, the white woman that's been dead for over 5 to 7 years, that, you know what I'm saying, they trying to pull up record that's been hidden away for decades about taking her to jail. How come we got all of a sudden interested, you know what I'm saying, hunting down somebody that ain't even here?
I had to laugh. I even had to put on the laugh voice. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's something to really think about. Because, you know, it's like the same ring around the rosy ass games they play with us over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it's like we don't seem to understand the concepts of this. Because, you know, I read the reviews of Brother Ike, and what I got was a lot of black women saying that he was a monster, that he was wrong for what he did to Tina, for what but they never questioned why did he do that? Why was he so much this angered person? What did he go wrong to be like this? No, it was just about Tina, because Tina is a woman. She's feminine, she's fragile, and she wouldn't dare hurt a fly. But what if it was the opposite direction? If Tina was the abuser and I was how would black women really look at Ike, Brother Ike then? Would they feel the same energy if Ike was getting his ass whooped on a movie instead of Tina? I think that women would laugh at it. I think that women would have more of a jokeable time and would call him all kind of weak ass niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I see that all the time in society. They love when they see a man get his ass whooped. It was a brother back here, my brother Zoe Williams. Shout out to the Voice of Reason. He did a show back here some years ago on where he had a video where it showed they just did it was just a little survey like type video where on one hand They had these two Caucasian people. It was over in I want to say it was over in the UK.
Uh-huh.
What the guy did was he did one video showing a woman confronting him and slapping them all upside the head. They walking by laughing, pointing and laughing. Then later on, they cut to that, and then they did the opposite. They showed him slapping the woman upside the head and cussing her out, go off on her. And then you had people walking over there going off on him. You ain't got no business putting your goddamn hands on him and just going the hell off. Now, it was funny when it was on his side, but when it got on her side, it was a whole different scenario. And I was like, that's how it is. And that's how fucked up we are in cafe society. Because it's okay when a man gets fucked over, but when a woman gets fucked over, it's like the world comes to a screeching halt. But it shouldn't even be that way. It shouldn't even be to the point where it should be a balance on both ends. Because we need each other. That's what they don't tell you. Because when you're unbalanced, you have an unbalanced society. People start doing crazy shit for all the wrong fucking reasons because we're so fucking unbalanced. This whole situation with Brother Ike was very unbalanced because this was a black man who basically came from the Mississippi Delta, moved to St. Louis, started a band, brought in a black woman from Nutbush, Tennessee, made her be one of the biggest female acts, black, so-called African American, whatever the fuck you want to call it, acts in music history, being ridiculed as the boogeyman. And the reason why he was ridiculed as the boogeyman, because the system of white supremacy ain't never want to see a black man be the victor of anything that we create. Because every time we create something, guess what they do? They go in there and destroy it and say they created it. They don't never want us to be the creator of nothing. We make a gin. Guess whose name on it? Some Caucasian name on the company that owns the gin, Cotton Gin. Make a car. Oh, Ford and General Motors is the reason for these cars. But if you ain't gonna say that George Washington Carver, a black man, that they basically cut the balls off to keep from fucking white women, was the creator of these vehicles that we ride around in every day of our lives. See, they don't want the black woman to ever think that we the victors of everything in Western society, because that would make them look like some weaklings. Ike Turner basically was playing both sides of the field in his music. He was playing blues and rock and roll, which is blues. Rock and roll is blues. It's just, like I said earlier, it's just blues speeded up at a faster tempo. It's the same shit. But guess what? He becomes a big act, brings in this beautiful woman named that he called Tina Turner, that was named Anna Mae Bullock. They go out and start doing shows, crossover into the mainstream. The Caucasian that own these damn record companies, they like, you know what? We don't need this nigga. We need this woman. Phil Spector basically was the first Jewish Caucasian man who basically wanted to do a song strictly by Tina. He didn't want Ike. He didn't want Ike. And the reason why he didn't want Ike, because I don't want to make like I'm trying to be good with a male nigga and a female nigga. I just want the female. And this has always been the concepts of our society. Always push us to the side as men, because they don't want to show it a family togetherness in a band or anything. A band, in movies, television, anything. They always want us to be separate. And it's not a coincidence. It's because they know that, like J. Edgar Hoover said in his dialogue, that's his biggest scare tactic, is for black people to have unification in Western society. Meaning if we ever come together, they gonna have problems in this motherfucker. Because you ain't gonna be able to make no goddamn money off of us. They ain't gonna be able to sleep at night knowing that they go get up in the morning and they cut on the television and the news ain't got nothing to report about a black man getting shot down the street by the cops. Or them young rappers that they didn't created is being arrested about some shit that they basically put out there for them to get arrested by. See, shit like that, they make money off of our stupidity. And it's set up like that for a reason. Keep them paid and keep us broke.
Yep.
That's why I said, well, that's why we making this show about the clearing the name of Brother Ike Turner. Most people might say, oh, that's bullshit, man. Them folks ain't gonna, Tina ain't gonna just sit there and talk about this man like this. How the fuck do you know? Have you ever sat down with Tina Turner and look her in her eyes and give her a conversation? You will never get a conversation out of Tina. They kept Tina Turner clearly away from black people. Know why? Because they know if they keep her away from black people, you won't really find out who Tina Turner really is. Even to the people that really know Tina Turner ain't around Tina Turner. Now think about that shit. Because it's something about Tina Turner that y'all motherfuckers don't even know. Y'all just going off by what they show y'all on television. Ike Turner is the bad guy. He's the boogeyman. But subconsciously in your mind, all black men are the boogeyman. Because they basically did it through slavery. They hung us in trees. They shot us off. They cut our dicks off, cut our fingers off, and done every damn thing that can't be done to a black man. But at the same time, we still siding with the enemy, telling you who your man is, who your father is, who your boyfriend is, who your uncle is, who your cousin is. We ain't never trying to get together and find out each other's problems. We got to let them tell us who our problems are. Because like I said, I bet you $10 to a bucket of shit, if you was to meet Ike Turner, it would probably blow your mind that this man basically was just like any other black man back in the days, wanting to see black people strive for goodness. Because there's a video that was brought to my attention by Judge Joe Brown. And Judge Joe Brown basically broke down the whole concept of Tina Turner that we didn't know. But I knew because God rest his dead, my daddy told me about this whole situation. And it was funny to me.
I used to pay $162 every month for my car insurance. Now
that when Judge O'Brown said what he said, I had to laugh hard as hell about it because I said, my daddy told me this. He told me this way before Judge Joe Brown said something. So I'm like this here. My daddy couldn't have been lying. My daddy don't know no damn Judge O'Brown. And Judge O'Brown don't know my daddy. But like I said, we were all in Los Angeles too. Because that's where I come from. I was born and raised there. And my daddy, and like I said, Los Angeles is the second largest city in the country by the way of Chicago. Chicago is New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago, the three largest cities in the United States of America. But one thing about LA might be a big city, but it's a very small place when it come down to black people. Back in them days, any damn way. And we all used to hang, they all used to hang together, celebrities and street motherfuckers. That's how Sam Cooke used to be in South Central all the time before he passed. Ike Turner hung out in South Central. A lot of people that we grown to love knew about South Central LA. Because South Central LA was the epicenter of where all us came from or stayed at. A lot of y'all don't even know what's name used to be a part of the Rolling 60s. When they first started resonating back in the late 60s. Rolling 60 Gangsta Crip is the oldest Crip gang in Los Angeles. That's why it's so popular. What's name was a part of the Rolling 60s, but he never really wanted to talk about it or claim it too much, but he ran with them back in the days. Barry White. Look it up. Barry White, the big maestro, used to be a Crip. His cousin was one of the Rolling 60s, was part of the Rolling 60s. But like I say, would you say, Judah? LA black population is still relatively small. Oh yeah. Well, it's smaller than ever now compared to how it used to be back in the day. Because you got to think about it, man. Everybody that moved from the South was moving to those three cities back in the days: Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York. But when we started migrating out of Los Angeles, it was because it was something different. Then when you see the sunny skies every day, beautiful ocean breeze, that was something different. Versus you being down south and bugs and shit, you know what I'm saying, mosquitoes and every damn thing. You go out here, you can stay out, you can basically lay outside and ain't got to worry about nothing crawling on your ass. That was something different. But I want to show y'all this video of Judge Joe Brown talking about Brother Ike. I want y'all to check this out.
Hold on. I am, but I gotta come back on it. You're right, brother. And you know what? We need to shake Will Smith bitch slap bill for coming up with that concept that Hollywood has run with so thoroughly.
All right, thank you. Oh, thank you. No, wait. Oh, come on. No, wait. No, I need to move on to the next topic. Big J XXX says, ask Joe Brown, how can Will Smith be a punk while the judge big up Ike Turner? Explain that. Exclamation.
Did what?
He wants me to ask you, how can you say Will Smith is a punk, but at the same time you big up Ike Turner? Oh my God. Can you shut down Wi-Fi? You can't hear me.
Big up on Ike Turner.
I support Ike. Yeah, you support Ike Turner, but you call Will Smith a punk. He's calling you a hypocrite.
Will Smith is a fucking punk.
How can you compliment Ike Turner and not call you
Ike Turner has been badmouthed by this Hollywood. Ike Turner, I grew up where Ike Turner was an icon in our neighborhood because he always stopped with his homeboy, bought fries and hamburgers and cokes, and would sit there and talk to us youngsters for 2-3 hours at a time, telling us to stay straight, focus on school, get a decent career together, act like you got some sense, treat women with respect, and treat your communities with respect. Tina Turner drove around in a matching Rolls Royce, and if you made the bad mistake of confusing the two vehicles, she'd roll the window down, cuss you out, spit at you, tell you weren't worth a goddamn, and she would treat you like dirt. How else would I do that? Okay, fine. One particular anecdote, personal eyewitness, ears heard, went to a picnic. Family-style picnic, not picnic, barbecue, 4 houses down from where the Turners live. Ike was down doing his gardening. He put his trowel down, wiped his hands over, came over and talked to the young men, including me. We all played football for Dorsey High. Asked us how the team was doing, talked stuff to us, told us to be in school. We went back. That witch, Tina Turner, came out of the door, started cussing at him. He started talking to her, saying, please, there are children around. Stop that. She wasn't mad at him about a woman. She was mad at him because he had a writer's block on a song they were working on. She wound up coming out and hitting him as hard as she could, it looked like, with one of these heavy cast iron head rakes. We thought she'd done him some serious harm. Yeah, we saw that. I saw her when she was standing in line at Ralph's Market on Crenshaw Boulevard at the railroad tracks. There were 4 little high school girls went to Dorsey. I was in college, a senior at the time. Tina was standing in front of them. One of them got the nerve. Tina turned around and called her a sleazy, greasy bitch. Don't ever talk to me unless I give you permission. The girl started crying. That's why I don't have any respect for that woman, because Hollywood sat there and tried to run a game on Ike. Ike and his new wife were in front of me for 2 arbitration proceedings. You know what for? Because they had a foundation to help out abused women. What it was about is if the woman signed a contract, they would give her money to escape from the abuse. If she went back, she owed a repayment on what was a loan. If she left, it was a gift. That's what it was about, because Ike Turner was an upstanding man, and that sleazy heifer. Oh, and I don't want to even talk about what she used to do when she was a pimp in Memphis. And when I got here back in the early 70s, and I started getting clients who were scared of that person because she was a gorilla pimp. Yeah, let's talk about that. That's how I can talk about a real man who stopped every time he got over and over and would talk to all of the young boys in the hood about being straight, getting your studies together, paying attention to being crime-free, and listening to your parents and being something in life. Yeah, I talk about that punk-ass Will Smith doing that unmanly BS, and I support a person that helped myself and a lot of other black boys become men and deal with listening to what he was telling us about manhood and respect. And I saw him act with respect, and I saw that witch that Hollywood made into a prototype for a feminist mad woman act exactly the opposite. That's why I have
straight like that from Judge Joe Brown. So, therefore, I don't know. Well, I know. I'm going to stop saying I don't know, because I do know. One thing you got to know for certain, like I said before about the system of white supremacy, you got to understand, we don't own no goddamn networks. See, BET was our network. Rob Johnson sold that to Viacom. Ever since Viacom bought BET, ain't nothing but bunch of hot garbage juice been on that station. And it's like that for a reason, because they have an agenda that they have to push, that they're pushing, that keeps our young black people deaf, dumb, and blind, stupid as fuck. So, back to Brother Ike and Tina. This movie, What's Love Got to Do with It? Was a box office smash back in '93. This movie was made to make Brother Ike the villain, because, again, he was a black man who started a band who basically made Tina Turner who she is today. But they don't want to show that, because that's too much like right. They got to make him look like Public Enemy #1. Even when Tina Turner said it out of her mouth. She said, yeah, we got into it several times. He hit me and I hit him back. She said, but at the same time, when Hollywood was writing this movie, they was getting stories from her, but they was putting their own little 2 cents in there too, because a lot of parts in that movie was fictional. Like they basically bypassed the fact that Tina Turner had a child before Ike had it, before Ike even had a child with Tina. How they bypass that? Because I was hearing people saying, they were like, you know, Tina had already had a child when she met Ike. I said, they didn't put that in the movie? Why not? Because they was too busy focusing on the negativity of destroying Ike Turner's lifestyle. And they did just that, and they worked like a charm. Because throughout all that, the man basically went through life being a drug addict, selling drugs or whatever, got caught up, went to prison, got out, went back in, got out again. Now he's an older guy, basically trying to defend his name. Can't even walk the street without motherfuckers calling him a woman beater, a womanizer, or whatever the fuck. His life is destroyed. He's basically is deteriorating. He died of a broken heart. Yeah, he had health issues. Yeah, that's all a part of dying of a broken heart. Because stress is a silent killer. And they took him out. They took him out like, and one thing about it, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, when the enemy wants you dead, he starts with his media platform. His media will go in and create all these different type of storylines about you because they know that the people love drama. And when the people listen to drama, guess what happens? We start getting emotional. We start getting pissed off, mad, pissed off, cuss them out, talking shit about. The next thing you know, when they done destroyed your character, then that's when they come in for the juggler. They go ahead and get you up out of here. Ex Michael Jackson, ex Whitney Houston, ex Prince, ex Tupac, ex Biggie. Oh, it's a whole lot of people. Sam Cooke, Jackie Wilson, Otis Redding, James Brown. Oh, there's a whole list of motherfuckers that didn't get up out of here on bad naming. But they were the most high-influential entertainers on the planet. Nobody can fuck with them. Not even none of these motherfuckers that are call themselves entertainers in this day and time can't fuck with them. And they and the powers that be know it. That's the reason why they had to create computer rappers and shit, virtual rappers, because they know they ain't no more talent in society no more. Because they took it all away. They too busy making money off of old shit. They ain't got time to make no money off new shit. That's the reason why they always hitting us with the copyright infringement. Like they gonna probably get me on something on that video that I shared. That New Line video, what's love got to do with it? I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. But Brother Dog Prince, gonna say what you gotta say. I didn't talk enough. Go ahead.
I mean, you're right about what's going on. I agree. I mean, they put a spin on our people anyway. I mean, the weapon they use is us against us. They do.
Sad, bro. Sad as fuck. But, you know, like I say, I don't condone any man to hit on a woman. But I damn sure don't condone a woman hitting on a man. It's a 2 fucking way streak in this bitch. You know, today, I was looking at a post on TikTok. And this was this video that this little young woman was talking about truck drivers, talking about us older truck drivers, are so arrogant and disrespectful because they be doing all kind of crazy shit to the young drivers. I don't know that to be a truth, but
Uh-huh.
I do know these young folks are very disrespectful. Now that I do know because
Yeah.
they come in these truck stops, driving these trucks damn near 50 miles an hour, talking about they looking for a parking spot, almost about to run into somebody. And the reason why they so disrespectful on the goddamn road is because they had a lack of training. See, I had full training when I was driving truck. When my time was up, I was still training because I wanted to make sure that I got the proper training that I needed. They don't do that anymore because these big trucking companies, they need asses in them seats because they got too many trucks sitting up on the truck at the truck terminal. So all they do is they train you maybe 2 or 3 weeks. They don't give a damn if you know how to bag that motherfucker up. As long as you know how to drive that bitch forward, that's all they care about. And they put you in a brand new truck. And you ain't gonna have not one experience to goddamn wipe your ass with shit on. That's how they got this situation going right now as we speak out here on the road. And there's more truck drivers out here now than there's ever been since I've been driving. And I've been out here since 2003. But I told the young lady, I said, look, it's a two-way street. I said, because a lot of these young folks, y'all don't listen. Y'all say we arrogant, y'all don't listen. I mean, it's been times where I didn't had to unlock people's trucks, young folks' trucks, because they locked their keys in the truck. So I know how it is out here. But, what you saying, Judah? He said the R&B music scene is dead. The rap music is given over to the foreigners. Well, according, shout out to my brother DJ Doug Fresh. He said it ain't dead. He said R&B is still around. I can't see it though. I agree with you, Judah, because you gotta think about it. Like I said before, when you go in the club nowadays, male and female, they don't be want to hear no R&B music. I'm not saying all, but I'm saying for the most part, they would want to hear that gutter music. They would want to hear rap. They would want to hear trap music and that drill shit. And they ain't got but one dance move, and that's twerking their ass. Nothing else. Throwing their ass up. Hey, 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 hey. That's all they know. Nothing else. See, our music, we don't even, if that shit is old by next year, okay, you hear one song today, brand new. If everybody liking it today, they ain't gonna like it tomorrow. What you say, Lisa? Oh yeah. Like I say, you still got some women that still love R. Kelly and Jodeci and Tyrese and Keith Sweat and stuff like that. Shout out to y'all. But you got some that are our age. I ain't calling no name. They're sitting up there listening to all this bullshit the young 90s babies listening to. Trying to keep up with them. And that's why these young folks don't have no goddamn respect. Because we ain't teaching them. They teaching us. I'm like, who the fuck had who? But I'm gonna say it like my brother, comedian Jeff Brown would say. I apologize, Generation Z, because we failed you guys. So we should have showed y'all how to basically weather the storm of life in society. But we didn't. We let y'all go. Bro, Dark Prince, you all right, bro? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay.
All right.
All right. But yeah, I mean, now I want to show this other clip of Brother Ike Turner. Let's see which one. Well, let me show this one here. Yeah, this one right here.
I can tell you, if I broke her jaw, no way is she going on stage.
You admit that you have slapped Tina before, but why, Ike?
She would be walking around looking sad, with a lip drop, and I keep asking her, "And what is the matter with you? What's wrong?" And it's always nothing. And it would go on for a day or two till finally, why the don't you? And then this is where I would slap her or something. Then she would change.
For a long time, I did hate Ike. I have to say that. But then after he died, I really realized that he was a sick person. He was an ill person. And so he did get me started. And he was good to me in the beginning. So I have some good thoughts. Maybe it was a good thing that I met him. That I don't know. It hurts to have to remember those times. But at a certain stage, forgiveness takes over. Forgiving means not to hold on. You let it go because it only hurts you. Not forgiving, you suffer because you think about it over and over again. And for what? I had an abusive life. There's no other way to tell the story. It's a reality.
She said that she forgive Ike. Oh, you forgive him? After all these years, the man can't breathe. He ain't breathing no more. He dead. Now you forgive him? What you think about that, Dark Prince?
Make no sense.
So now
it don't make no sense. People want to get their flower while they're alive. I would say something after everybody gone. They don't know what's going on. They don't know how you feel about it. They left the planet where they felt about everything. Deal with them. I felt about it. So
your speaker, your mic chopping up real bad, bro.
Oh, I was saying the thing about it was people need to get their flowers ahead of time before they leave. That's what they need. No, I mean, they don't stop.
Bro, hit your mic again and cut it back off right quick because it's chopping up real bad. It's chopping up real bad. Lisa says, is that even still a category? You ain't lying because I ain't watched the awards in a long time. I don't even think they don't even really talk about the best R&B group because I can't even tell you the last time I heard that whole concept. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving an award for best R&B singer or group or anything. That shit don't even exist no more. But like I said, I don't think it's probably the last time I think I heard some shit like that. Hell, I wasn't even driving trucks then. That was by about 2002, 2001, somewhere up in there.
Yep.
And if they did, they probably call it something else. You know, because you got Beyonce and all them cats like that now.
Only thing I've been hearing on the BET shows from when I do side jump.
I'm trying to think. She said she trying to think too. I'm saying, I don't know. I can't. I don't know.
No, all that's gone. All that's gone, bro.
That's what I said. I gotta play my Pink Panther music.
No, because like I said, the only thing they've been showing as far as what they, I can't even call it, you know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, it is. It's ritual music. I've been seeing on the BET for you know what I'm saying? See what they got going on. That's rare. But every time I tune in when they doing something, they starting off the show with ritual stuff. So that's all they doing is doing witchcraft, you know what I'm saying, invoke the people. That's all they doing, you know what I'm saying? Drawing them on in, getting their energy also, and then, you know what I'm saying, they checking out everything. So they can possess them. That's all I see.
Yeah, that shit ain't right, man. That shit ain't right. But you know, back to Brother Ike, you know, shout out to Judge O'Brien. I'm about to email him. I'm about to get with him. I want him to come on the podcast because I wanted to be basis for him to rebuttal on this. Because I'm gonna ask him many questions about the whole R&B concepts, everything, and I guarantee you, it's gonna be some mad motherfuckers when I get him on here. When he get ready to say some real shit, because I know he's not gonna bite his tongue, and I like brothers like that. I like brothers that spit this speak their goddamn mind, not biting their goddamn tongue. Silk Sonic.
No, can't go with Silk Sonic because look how they did things. They put that out, you know what I'm saying, lead the door. Then they started talking about the female that she, you know what I'm saying, running around spending up their money. You know what I'm saying? The kids running all over the place. And you notice they wasn't here. So he wasn't caring about it. He ain't got fed up, you know what I'm saying, with you know what I'm saying, getting the female over there now. But now, you know what I'm saying, the female come with her responsibility, and this is all she got. I ain't got time for that. Now he blowing smoke out the window.
I was about to ask you, who the fuck is Silk Sonic? And I'm a damn DJ, but that just goes to show you. I mean, I don't know them goddamn new generation shit. I just play that shit and go on by my business.
I mean, that's the whole thing about it, where they even put the song out.
Let me play that one clip, Ike, again, man, that you didn't see when you was up before you came on here. Now this the clip from New Line Entertainment.
Come on, take a break.
What you talking about take a break? I ain't got no time to take a break. I got to work, man. I got to write these songs. Sue Records, motherfuckers been after me about these songs for 6 months. You know how much money I owe Sue Records?
What you mean, old Sue Records? Much as we were? They always giving you stacks of cash whenever we do a show, and I know I don't spend it.
Oh, no? But what about what all them wigs and wardrobe and whatnot you got in the back there, huh? What about the way you got this place set down, huh? All this furniture, that fish tank, the sofas, that fountain and shit. That shit costs money, Anime. I got to pay the girls and I got to pay the band. And on top of that, I'm trying to build us a studio.
You know you want the studio.
And I'd have it by now if you would sing the songs the way I tell you to sing them, Anime. God damn.
That's what I've been trying to do, right? I mean, but they all sound like the same, you know?
What? I ain't hear you. What you say? I ain't hear you.
You would have thought she was a damn slave the way she was talking, but they all sound the same. But maybe I guess if you put the wig on Ike's head and put the chin strap on Tina's face, you might probably see a bigger difference. Then they be like, no, that ain't possible. They don't think that Tina will do some shit like that. Because, you know, she's always smiling. That's the boogeyman. Hell, the boogeyman smile.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That's fucked up. But only that I can say, bro. Let's see, what time is it? 10:32. What do you think should be when you say you want to clear his name? Go ahead and basically give your rebuttal on that.
I think everybody should take time out to see both sides going before they make a final judgment.
I agree. I agree. Because it's always good to see both sides of the coin. Because, like I said, it's obviously, what I'm saying, we just seen one side, and that one side was Tina's side. Because I mean, you got to think about it. She basically went on and went pop. You know what I'm saying? Because what I remember back in the '80s, I could tell you the most popular artists in 1984: Michael Jackson, Madonna, Tina Turner, Whitney Houston, Boy George. And those were the top, and that ain't all of them. That was just the top one that's coming off my head that I remember back in that time. But when Tina Turner did that, when she did that album, Private Dancer, it had that song there on there. It had like about three or four goddamn record radio hits on there. They used to play all the time. What Love Got to Do with It by itself was a jam. They used to play that. You know what I'm saying? More than any damn thing on the radio station back in the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, and then she made it so good to the point where they gave her a part in the movie Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. She did the soundtrack for that. We don't need another hero. That was jamming. Oh, we got a phone call. But anyway, you know how he do. Y'all know how he do. Fast. He gone. He'll probably be back on here, and then he might not. I don't know. I was gonna say shit about 10:32, 10:35. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap it up. But yeah, one thing I can say through all this with Ike, I'm sure behind closed doors, Ike had his reason on being the way he was, just like Tina had her reason on being the way she was. But my thing is, I just feel like it should have been fair game on both sides of the coin. They should have talked more about what Tina was doing instead of just talking about Ike. But I get it, because the powers that be have always looked at us black men as a target. It got to the point now that we didn't got deep off into the rabbit hole where black women starting to hate black men. It's not a time that I go in the truck stop or a shipper, or hell, even going into a store, buy some clothes or shoes, and have to look at a black woman look at me and roll her eyes. Sister Shahrazad Ali said best: the black man is hated by everybody in the world, but if he's hated by a black woman, he don't stand a chance. And that is so true. Because black woman, you are last sold out. You are our last life survival tool on this planet. If you hate us, we don't stand a chance. But I'm gonna show you the reverse tactic of this situation. You don't stand a chance either. Because I don't care How much you say you pray to God, Jesus Christ is your personal Lord and Savior? Do it all. If you're not communicating with your ancestors, giving off your energy to your ancestors and getting the ancestors' energy back in return, to understand that you don't go against the grain with the opposite of you. You won't have to worry about why you getting treated the way you're getting treated. One thing I can say on one part of the situation, now don't get me wrong, to my brother, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, there's no such thing as a no good woman. Every no good woman was made by a no good man. Yeah, that is true. But in a sense, it runs its course both ways. Because I remember as a child in elementary, when that's just nature. But when a young black man see a young black man see a young black woman, a little girl, little boy, basically get eye to eye contact for the first time, being in elementary. The young man be want to play and like her, and hey girl, hey, pull on her something. He's like, stop touching me, get away from me. I'm telling Miss such and such. How many times you heard as a young man, you trying to holler at a little girl that you like, and she turns you down like bad credit? And you get turned down like bad credit all the time throughout life until you get to be a grown person. Start working at a good paying job, making good money, or going to school, get a good paying job, certified paying job. And then next thing you know, you see that same female, and she all out of shape. She don't even look like herself no more. And she come up to you and tell me, "Ooh, I see you. You doing your thing, ain't it? You got a man, you got a woman, you married." And you like trying to lie, like, yeah, I got a fiance. She's at home. But at the same time, you ain't got no damn body. You just ain't trying to holler at her because you don't want to tell her. Once upon a time, you was fine as a motherfucker when we was in school. But now you just let yourself go. Because you thought that how you was treating me back in the days, that was going to carry out your whole life cycle throughout life. No. Because the same way God brought you up, he can tear your ass back down. That's how my universal God works on this planet. He will tear your ass down when you get a little bit out of shape. He'll tear you down. See, one thing about Tina Turner, she's pretty much up in age now and deteriorating. And she probably painting a whole lot. And probably don't even know why. But she knows she done Brother Ike wrong, and she helped the system of white supremacy help do him wrong. And one thing about most black women, y'all are doing a very good job helping the black man get tore down to the very last compound. That's just the way I see it. That's just the way I see it. No disrespect to some of y'all, but y'all know who the fuck y'all are. I ain't gotta call them name. Cause see, Kevin Samuels, when he was living, y'all was hating his goddamn guts, and all the brother was doing was just saying that you need to get yourself together. Stop living in la la land. Of course, he said it in a joking way or whatever, and maybe said it kind of harsh. But you got to understand tough love. Tough love never supposed to feel good. It's supposed to motivate you to do better. You're supposed to be able to take constructive criticism in society, because society is not la la land. You should never want your child to get out here in the world and think that everything is hunky dory because everything ain't hunky dory. You're supposed to be able to tell your child to shut the fuck up when the police officer is talking to him. Now, I know my rights. I know this. I know that. I know. No. Because you basically is setting yourself up for failure. Your child, setting your child self up for failure. We done got so far-fetched on letting our kids basically get themselves in a lot of trouble out here to where we start making excuses and faulting other people for our mistakes. Oh yeah, trust me. Trust and believe me, it is accountability on both parts. But one thing about the accountability being on both parts is both parts need to learn the whole concepts of why we are in the shape that we're in. It's okay to learn. It's okay to ask questions. The Chinese people do it all the time. The Jewish people do it all the time. Everybody do it all the time except us. We don't want to sit around there and assume and guess behind playing the guessing game. And when we play the guessing game out here, we end up making bad decisions and making big mistakes. Guessing. We ain't got to guess. We just ask questions. That's one thing about how we build infrastructure in society is when we ask questions and find out things. You shouldn't have to assume that somebody don't like you. You shouldn't have to assume that that guy right there is a thug or he's a gangbanger or a drug addict or a crackhead or a sorry motherfucker or a cheater or a beater or whatever. No. Learn how to ask questions, talk, communicate. But some of us, we so far-fetched from having constructive criticism to the point where we are feeling ourselves, thinking that we're better than ourselves. That's all because of slavery. See, the white man, you can't go in the white neighborhood and floss on him in a brand new 2022 Lamborghini. That white man gonna tell you here. My great-great-grandfather owns Lamborghini. But you can bring your shit over there in the black neighborhood and floss, and you're going to see a bunch of lost Negroes looking at you up and down, rolling their eyes at you, and hoping like hell that you need a bitch unlocked or something, or they might just go and just take a brick and bust the windows out the motherfucker just because you got it. But that white man, he ain't going to do nothing. He's just going to look at us, so what, and I got about 15 of them motherfuckers parked in my driveway. So either way it go, it just, we got to get it together. We got to get it together and soon. But, one thing I can say, through it all, may God continue to let Brother Ike rest. And hopefully in the future that people will really see the history of this man's credibility of creating the music and things that he done. Basically was the victor of our society as black people, instead of him being known as a fucking woman beater. Because everybody goes through a little something in their society, in their life with their significant other. Once upon a time, when black people had problems with each other, they kept it in the house. Nowadays, we gotta let the whole goddamn world know what's going on with us. We basically tell everybody in our society what we do in the bedroom. We basically showing off our skin. We sagging the pants off our ass, showing our ass crack. We basically just walking around here acting like we just don't have a sense to pour piss out of a boot without getting all over our clothes. But like I say, mental slavery is a motherfucker. Back in the day, it was physical slavery, but mental slavery is the shit nowadays. But anyway, guess I'm gonna go ahead and end this old podcast. Guess 10:40. Give me some rest. I haven't had no sleep today. I want to say shout out to my bro Roscoe the DJ and my bro Neil. You know what I'm saying? I stopped in El Paso today. And I want to show y'all a little clip.
Happy smoking blacks out on the back porch. I'm thinking I got everything a country boy can ask for. Now what we do to get here? Say that, boy. Lay it down and bring it to you.
That's a little clip from earlier today. You know what I'm saying? Southern Flays Barbecue in El Paso, Texas. 7450 East Gateway in El Paso. It's going to be exit 27 of I-10. If y'all ever pass through, going out, you know, if you're going to California or Arizona or New Mexico or something, and you happen to be on 10, and you pass through, stop by. I tell you, boy, Chaos sent you. He had some pretty good, that catfish plate. It was, like the young motherfucker say, it was on fleek. It was delicious. And that bitch was, he gave it to me right off the goddamn fryer. And that bitch was hot, but it was good. I was eating that bitch like Martin Lawrence was on Life. Well, like Martin Lawrence was that damn whites only pie. But it was delicious. Shout out to you, Neil. Appreciate you, bro. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here, man. And you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys. Miss Lisa Pam and my brother Judah, Dark Prince, and everybody else that was watching tonight. Mother love and respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give me some rest. Should I go ahead and shower up so I can sleep comfortable tonight? I don't know. I might just wait till the morning. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's always a pleasure. As always. You know what I'm saying? Much love and respect to you guys. I guess I'll go ahead and let it go. You know how I gotta do it. You know I gotta show a video before we get up out of here. Much love and respect to you guys. Your boy Chaos Theory. I'm out. Deuce.
Nor can we let the government of America off, because the government of the United States of America has proved to be the worst enemy of black people. So now when it comes time for justice, this is not spoken out of hatred or out of bitterness, but reparations have to be given to black people, even as Jews receive reparations from the onslaught of Nazi Germany. And now the Japanese are going to receive reparations for what America did by putting them in concentration camps. What's wrong with the children of slaves? We are here poor, ragged, hungry, naked, and out of doors. Reparations is what we want, and everyone that had a part in our destruction will have a part in paying reparations. I'll be right back.
Can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard, you liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Paul, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him. He feels compelled to try to act like us. He loses his identity and his racial anger, if he has any. He becomes alien to his brothers. They realize he sold them out and they grow to hate him. He becomes worthless to them and safe for us. No, thank you. In fact, in his love for the creature comforts, except for his color, he's become one of us.
I'm commanding
General Yohana, the Israelite School of UPK. These are all my brothers who have suffered in the ghetto and lost family and died. We're here today to exercise our free speech. Tell me why you said black people should not love white people. Say again? You stole shit. Let me give you this mic. Let me give you this mic. What's your name again? Grace, tell me this.
We stole shit, we pillaged, and we murdered innocent people that did not deserve what we did. We colonized and we destroyed a culture.
Yo!
That's what they're scared of in school, son.
Wow! Now I see why they don't want y'all learning in school, my y'all.
And I was not taught that shit in school.
Wow! Did y'all hear her? Did you hear her, Grace? Did you hear Grace, white people?
DJ Mix Master Chaos.
Food.